Hi everybody, Paul Seibert here, also known as Beholding Eye on Instagram. I'm a New York City area-based freelance photographer with a specialization in aerial photography. I'm here today to give you 5 tips on how to get the best shot from above. So a question I'm often asked in the DMs is, what lens should I bring on a flight? And there's 2 possibilities. If you have one body or if you have 2 bodies, the options expand, obviously. For the one body people, what I would recommend is the 24-70. It offers enough of a wide angle so that if you wanted to get the whole island of Manhattan, say if you were all the way downtown by the financial district, you could shoot at landscape and it would be a beautiful print for yourself. As well as you can then zoom into the 70 to get some of the details when you're closer to the buildings. The second option of 2 lenses, what I normally am flying with, especially during the daytime, is a 16-35 on one body and the 70-200, not in my hand, but you get the idea, on another body, so that I can get some ultra wide panoramic shots and those kind of vertigo-inducing shots when you're pointing straight down all the way out wide. And the 70-200 offers incredible amount of detail, especially when you're flying towards another target. Okay, so the one of the most important things I think when you're flying or when you're on a flight somewhere is to know your targets and when you're coming upon your targets, so that when you finally reach, say, the Empire State Building or Hudson Yards or the World Trade Center, you're not scrambling to make sure that your settings are right. If you have time, what you want to do is make sure that everything is going to be exposed properly when you get to that spot, so that the only thing that you have to worry about is composition. A question I'm often asked by people who are interested in flying in helicopters, and this can apply to also, drone operators and people who are in planes as well, is how do I get the most out of my experience or that time when I'm piloting or whatever situation you find yourself in. And that would be to have 5 shots that you absolutely have to get. You can see them in your mind. You were brought to wherever you're going because probably somewhere along the way you saw an image and you wanted to put your spin on it, okay? So have 5 options and 5 frames that you must come away with. So this can lead back to our situational awareness, where if you see your target and you know that it's coming, all right, or you're finding yourself, piloting your drone and you're coming into that area where you want it to be framed, you want to make sure, obviously drone pilots, you're going to have a lot more time and a lot more freedom to get your settings right and frame it. Whereas if you're in a plane or a helicopter, you're moving. So the 5 frame ideas probably would definitely relate a little bit better to, or translate a little bit better for people who are in a moving object and not in control of slowing down or stopping. Making sure that your settings are right, recognizing, okay, this is my moment to frame it the way I see it in my mind's eye, and get everything lined up perfectly beforehand, so that when you're zooming across your frame, which you probably have maybe 2 seconds to get when you're in a moving aircraft, you're already ready and locked in. Another question I'm often asked is about settings. And settings can be difficult just because every day, every flight, every time is different, okay? The basic answer to the settings questions is that you want your ISO to be low enough, but your shutter speed to be fast enough. Okay, so you will have some play with your aperture to make that happen. So what I usually like to do is, on a sunny day like this, I'm usually starting out around f9 and trying to keep my ISO between 100 and 400, depending upon the time of day and how much detail I need in the shadows. And then my wild card is my shutter. Whereas if I'm shooting something, say during sunset, it's a very, very difficult thing to be able to share concrete settings, as every day is different, like I said. So if there's cloud cover or if there's clear skies, that's two different ways that I go about shooting. And also adding in the factor that the light is changing precipitously almost by the minute, so you really have to be on top of your game. I don't always recommend sunset as people's first flight, but it really is the most popular. So be prepared, know your settings, and be adaptable to that situation. And the last tip, which actually may seem like a joke, but it's actually true, and it can be quite helpful, is to bring an extra layer of clothing, extra jacket, vest, sweatshirt, because even when it's 70 degrees on the ground, you're moving, if you're in a helicopter, you're moving sometimes 80 miles an hour. It's kind of like moving 80 miles an hour with the windows down, and there's no way to stop it. So if you're prone to being chilly, bring an extra layer and it'll make the experience that much more enjoyable. Thanks so much. I hope I gave you a little bit of insight into the world of aerial photography. If you have any other tips, leave them down below. And you can find me on Instagram. Beholding Eye is my Instagram, and my website is www.paulseibertphotography.com. Thanks again. I'll see you out there.